From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And welcome back to another Edmonton Oilers preview here on Dolynny TV. I am Tyson Dolynny, your host for everything Oilers on Dolynny TV as we get set for the Vancouver Canucks. And guys, you see I'm wearing my Santa hat, my Oilers Santa hat. How do I get the logo? Where am I going? You'd think a guy who's gone through broadcast school would know how a camera looks backwards. However, what I'm saying with the Santa hat today is the Oilers are looking for an absolute gift against the Vancouver Canucks at 8 o'clock on a Sunday in Vancouver, and I am hoping and praying for one as well, because the Oilers really need that kind of big showing against a Pacific Division opponent, blow them out of the water, and get things going down stretch for Christmas and New Year's. Right, it all comes down, 2018 comes down to a New Year's Eve matchup against the Winnipeg Jets, and we want to be looking really, really pretty at that point. That starts tonight against the Vancouver Canucks at 8 o'clock in Vancouver. So a couple of points for tonight's game. Basically, it's as simple as this for the Oilers. Vancouver played last night, right? I said take advantage of a tired Vancouver Canucks team. That's as simple as starting and going as soon as puck drop gets going. The Oilers have done that under Ken Hitchcock. I have faith that that will continue, but it goes without saying that it must be said for the Oilers because of history dictating the situation. So look to beat a tired team. Obviously, Vancouver won against Philadelphia, so their emotions should be riding a little bit higher than you'd expect for a team that played the night before, coming off a win as opposed to a loss. However, I think the Oilers stand a very, very good chance. So now the other key piece for the Oilers this evening is it's the exact same thing. They've rolled out, 3 games in a row now, including tonight's game. They are going to roll out another same lineup against Vancouver that they did against the Philadelphia Flyers, and it goes as such. Chiasson, McDavid, Draisaitl. Gee, shocker, that line's been absolutely electric. Kara, RNH, Puljujarvi. You want to talk about a hard-working second line with the best two-way center the Oilers have had in the past 2 decades, I'd say. Well, look at him. No further. RNH is absolutely dominating. McDavid's getting there, but RNH does everything right in my mind. Lucic, Brodziak, Kassian. Hey, it's the identity line. Like I said, they just need to get points, and I am happy with them, and I think that's a good possibility tonight. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to stop right there going through the lineup, because what I'm saying is tonight, when you get the good chances, throw Lucic, Brodziak, Kassian against the Pettersson-Besser line. Why? That sounds like an absolute skating mismatch, an absolute defensive nightmare for the Edmonton Oilers. Here's why. Throw Kassian on Pettersson. Throw Lucic on Besser. The reason being, just make them slow down. You know what? If they get burnt once, I'm fine. Koskinen is not going to let in 5. You get burnt once, the defense might bail you out. You might not let in that goal. But get burnt once, just shove these guys around a little bit, rough them up, make them think. I'm not going out there advocating goon squad, throw them through the end boards kind of deal. No, I'm just advocating play them tough, play them honest, and make them work harder than they're used to. And hopefully that dictates the pace for the McDavid, Chiasson, Draisaitl line. And you know what, Lucic, Brodziak, Kassian, if they can use their big bodies and hem Pettersson and Besser in their own zone, who's to say they don't have the best line of the night? I don't know, right? And of course, it's going to be now Spooner and the big boys, because we've had Spooner and the boys kind of being my joke. However, it's Spooner and the big boys being Kajula and Reeder, NHL pros at this point for the Oilers, given the other guys that he's played with. However, Reeder, he needs to find the score sheet in the goal column tonight. That's a big blow to the Oilers that they don't have a goal out of Tobias Reeder yet. Yes, penalty killing's been phenomenal. However, he's got to get out there and shut down the Canucks by scoring a goal. Get to them early and often. I'll get back to that in a minute. So, that's the forwards. That's as simple as it gets, right? That's as simple. Sorry, this hat is hot as hell. I don't know how I'd wear it at work. I'd have no clue. However, Nurse, Larson. This is what scares me tonight. If the Oilers can't slow down Besser and Pettersson up front, the problem is going to land squarely on Nurse and Larson. And that is going to be absolutely scary, because we know Larson is good for a gaff a game. That's a scary factor when you've got a guy like Pettersson passing to Besser, who is one of the top 5, I would say, finishers in the NHL at the current rate. Well, that is absolutely scary to think about with Larson, and Nurse has been playing elevated minutes. You get Nurse tired late in the game against that top line, and the offensive forwards can't slow them down on transition, we're looking at a scary collapse late. That is not a good thing. So honestly, what I'm going to say about this one is Nurse could easily be knocked off the top D pairing given a bad game against Pettersson and Besser tonight, and that's a very bad situation for the Oilers given what their defense looks like elsewhere in the lineup without Clefbaum and Russell at the current moment. Gravel Jones is the second pairing. Garrison Benning the third pairing. Oh my geez, that bottom 4. Yeah, I love Jones. I love Gravel. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like them against a top line like the likes of Pettersson and Besser. That is just too much, too fast, too good to think about against our bottom 4 defensemen. So it's up to Nurse and Larson to shut them down. But like I said, more importantly, it's up to the forwards up top to make it hard to get through the zone, the neutral zone that is, for Pettersson and Besser, because and there's the other key, right? Stay off the penalty kill. If you go to the penalty kill 5 times tonight, the Oilers lose probably 6-0. Or if they want to play competitive and they don't let themselves get out of it, they lose 6-4. That's a scary result. The Oilers need these 2 points, like I said, to go into that New Year's Eve matchup against the Winnipeg Jets with a chance to take first place in the Pacific Division. That's essentially what I'm looking at New Year's Eve. That's what I want to see out of this Oilers club. The streak they've been on, I believe it is 100% possible. That's why I'm 100% giddy to watch tonight's game, because it all comes down, shut that top line of the Vancouver Canucks down, and the way the Oilers defense and offense have been playing, the rest of the Canucks are not scary. It's not a scary game. It's just Pettersson and Besser. If they go off, it's going to be a bad game for the Oilers. That's literally all I'm going to boil down to. If you want a preview, stop Pettersson and Besser. We win 6-2, 6-3. I'm good. I'm gold. Because the other thing here, who's in net? Mikko Koskinen. What do we think? I think I'm going to get 100 views on the Mikko Koskinen should be a starter video from Finland. Shout out to you guys who have been watching from Finland all the time on that video. 100% appreciate the support. But what I'm saying is the reason I'm getting those views is because Mikko Koskinen steals us another game in an Oilers uniform, right? That's 100% why I'm getting those views, because you guys are such big fans into the Mikko Koskinen. So essentially, same game plan for Mikko tonight. Defense has to be tight. Offense has to also play a good, strong, offensive, neutral zone game, and that'll be as easy as it comes. Like I said, Lucic, Brodziak, Kazian on the Pettersson line early. They get burnt, take them off, fine. I'm gold, I'm great, I'm whatever. So that is essentially what we're looking at. Oilers now 8-1-1 in their last game. Jack Michaels with this tweet. Will dress same lineup, like I said, that beat Philadelphia Friday in Vancouver. Lucic, let's get to a little comment here on the Oilers Twitter feed from Lucic. We're playing with a lot more confidence, 100%, you can see it, Lucic especially, and we've bought into what Hitch was trying to put into place. So now Hitch has put it into place. That's the more important part about this tweet, is it's not so much Lucic is saying, yeah, we bought into the system, we're playing good. No, Hitch's system is here. We are seeing Hitchcock's Oilers. The problem is we're still missing 3 key pieces. You talk about mid-February Hitchcock's Oilers, especially if we make some kind of move, we are going to be looking so deadly. As I said yesterday, if we make the move for Colton Parayko, all of a sudden you're talking about a cup-contending Edmonton Oilers team. It doesn't get much better than that, does it? So Lucic definitely explaining how the Oilers are looking at this point, and Coach Hitchcock comes in there with this quote, "That's the biggest change to me. They're trusting their work late in games." Go back to Lucic. We're playing with a lot more confidence. Hand, meet hand, hand in hand, those two go. And that is exactly why the Oilers are so lethal. 9-2-2 under Ken Hitchcock. I think that's a 70-80% point ratio. That is unreal for the Edmonton Oilers this time of year. This time of year last year, we already kissed the playoffs goodbye. This time, look, yesterday, The day before, we were in 3rd place in the Pacific Division. Yo, Flames fans, Canucks fans, Pacific Division fans, whoever wants to crap on the Oilers, we're starting to show we're for real. And like I said, the run to Christmas Eve, the run to New Year's Eve more specifically, is what this is all about tonight. This is the determinant. Do we go into New Year's Eve battling for top spot in the Pacific, or are we happy to sit in 2nd or 3rd behind Calgary or whoever's in 1st? I don't know. I strongly think a W here pushes us so close to Calgary in terms of a run. It's just whoever falters first. And that's what I want to see. By New Year's Eve, we'll know who's going to falter first. And I don't think it's going to be the Edmonton Oilers, honestly. I honestly don't. So, guys, let's go just quickly kind of look at the stats I'm talking about when I'm talking about Elias Pettersson and Brock Boeser. These are why they're so scary. Pettersson, 11 points in his past 5 games. The guy is going God mode for the Vancouver Canucks. 2.2 points per game. That is absolutely devastating to opponents' offenses, so we got to slow him down. So on the year, 29 games played, 34 points so far. You want to call him the Swedish McDavid? I would. It's a fair comparison. And in terms of Brock Boeser in his 21-year-old season, 20 points in 22 games, 11 goals, 9 assists. Thing is, Boeser's gotten away from that shot heavy, right? You know what, Boeser, he does keep things pretty fair and even. 29, 26 points, like 29 goals, 26 assists last year. But Boeser is shot heavy, and you got to think that Pettersson's going to be trying to set him up against some would call an unproven NHL goaltender, Mikko Koskinen, yet. But that's the thing. The Canucks aren't looking at Mikko Koskinen as an unproven goaltender. They're looking at him as a guy who's got sky-high confidence, and they want to knock him down here. That's a big task for Pettersson and Boeser, but they're the best two in the Pacific Division, I think, between a dynamic duo other than McDavid and Draisaitl that can do it, and that's why we got to shut them down tonight, guys. That's my Edmonton Oilers preview for tonight's game against the Vancouver Canucks. I will be watching. I want to hear your comments. I'll follow along with you guys on Twitter. I am up on Oda here. I'm Tyson Dolynny. This has been Dolynny TV. I will catch you in the next one.